Welcome to the Star Podcast.
Whoa. Star Podcast.
Welcome to the Star Podcast, hosted by Natt. Each week, we share tips and stories from safety, trucking, and recruitment, and everything in between. Listen now. Today I'm talking to Kevin Ellsworth, who's an account manager at Natt Safety Services, but he actually started out in the confined space rescue world, which I think is really interesting. So today he talks about the move starting in confined space and then moving into the account manager position, and gives a little bit of background on, his family and different things. So we have a really interesting conversation, I think. So I hope you give it a listen. All right. Well, I'm excited to have Kevin Ellsworth. So welcome.
Thanks for having me on, Leslie. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. So I just hope that we could start by getting you to share a little bit about yourself and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in Southern Ontario, actually, in a small town called Georgetown, right around Brampton and Milton, kind of nestled in that area. I first came to Sudbury actually for school. I went to Laurentian University. I took sports administration. Really enjoyed the program. Honestly, didn't think that I would be in Sudbury after I graduated. I actually spent a summer up in Sudbury and kind of fell in love with the summer, fell in love with the surrounding lakes, kind of what you could do, realized what Sudbury has to offer, and I honestly really enjoyed it. So from there, actually, my family started to kind of move up north as well. So my parents are now located in Blind River, which is awesome. And my sister has, with her husband, a house in Massey. So we all kind of found our way up from down south to up north, which is great. And honestly, at this point, I can say that Sudbury is my home, and I can't really see myself leaving, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's so awesome. So you started your whole family's transition to the north.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think if you asked any of us about 10 years ago if we would be living where we were, we would probably say no. I honestly, before I came to Laurentian, I really didn't know much at all about Sudbury or Northern Ontario. But like I said, it was awesome to get up here and experience it and kind of see really what the North has to offer. And I think if a lot more people did it, they would probably do the same thing as me and stick around.
Oh, that's so cool. So did you work then in sports administration after school?
So I did an internship with a golf company, actually. So it was a really cool experience. They're an up-and-coming business with kind of a different mindset than other companies. So basically, they tried to flip the script and take golf from this boring kind of industry and flip it on its head a little bit and kind of create these shirt and clothing designs that were a little bit more intriguing to the eye type of thing. So that was a great experience, especially for me coming out of school. To see kind of a company grow like that. And especially now that I'm with Natt Safety and seeing kind of how much we've grown, especially since I've started, it's, again, a great experience to take with me and see kind of the challenges that it can present with growth, and also how you can overcome those and get better as a company as a whole.
Oh, cool. So how long ago was it that you started with Natt Safety then? Because you started in the confined space, right? Yeah,
correct. So I started with Natt Safety in April of 2022. I had actually heard about it through a couple of my roommates were doing confined space. To me, it just sounded extremely interesting. It was kind of something that, coming from Southern Ontario, you really didn't have a lot of exposure to. So even when they were talking about confined space, talking about working on a mine site, it was really a foreign subject to me. After kind of getting into it, I realized the potential for growth within the company. Really, I enjoyed the job itself because it's challenging. In the mining industry and the industrial industry as a whole, it's really kind of a constantly changing environment. I like to use the phrase that you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, because at any given circumstance, the area around you might change. There might be hazards presented that weren't there originally. So it's really a job that keeps you on your toes. It requires a lot of focus. And again, it challenges you on a daily basis, which is something I really enjoyed.
What was it that you really enjoyed working in the confined space world? Was it that everything, like every day, was a little bit different, or?
So that's definitely one of the things that I really enjoyed, especially with kind of our relationship with different sites. There's never really a space that you go to on a daily basis. So I really enjoyed that. It's tough to get bored, especially as a confined space rescuer, because you're constantly in a new environment, constantly dealing with new equipment. It's something, again, I like to use the term of perishable skill. So rescue in general, it's something I take very seriously. My grandfather actually worked in the coal mines as not a confined space rescue, but as mine rescue. And then my dad had a long-standing career in emergency services. So it's something I've always been involved with, always had a passion for. And to me, it's basically I like to have the idea that if we can make an area or a confined space safer for other people and put their mind at ease, it just makes the environment better for everyone. So again, it's like you said, it's that constantly changing environment, the challenge that presents it. And then with any given space, you're going to have its own separate hazards, its own kind of separate criteria that make it unique. And it's very interesting and honestly quite fun to me to be able to kind of work out a solution and see how you can do that, not only safely, but to all the procedures and everything that you'd have to follow with that.
It's definitely a very interesting industry.
I applaud all of our rescuers for doing what they do because they've signed up for a job where, again, you're potentially putting yourself at risk. With that, we do everything in our power to mitigate the risk, to make sure everyone goes home safe at the end of the day. But like you said, it does take a certain, require a certain aspect of courage, a certain aspect of kind of self-belief in yourself and having that confidence to be able to do what you do.
So why did you decide to switch from the confined space into a sales role?
So it was kind of an interesting switch, honestly. It's a switch I didn't really see coming, to be honest with you. So out of Laurentian, when I went for sports administration and got my Bachelor of Business Commerce, sales was really the one aspect that I enjoyed. So even going into that sales internship with the golf company post-school, I thought that was kind of, if I was going to go into the business world, that would be basically the best fit for me. Obviously, my path switched a little bit, and then I went into the confined space side of things. But it was very interesting when Jen, our sales manager, approached me to potentially do a sales job as an account manager. And I thought it would be a really good fit because I know kind of the back end of our company, what we do in the field. I've taken a lot of the training that we've offered. So for me, I was like, oh my gosh, this could be a great fit because I have that prior knowledge. And I think it worked out really well. And obviously, I'm still quite new to the role. I've only been doing it for about 2 months. But I really think that the experience that I have from working in the field, the experience that I have doing the training, helps me kind of not only inform customers of exactly what we do, but try and help them paint a better solution or come up with a set of kind of goals that I can have for them to help better them in the future.
Absolutely. I think probably one of the biggest things with becoming an account manager is just understanding the company and what is all offered and what even is this specific training and that kind of thing. So I think you definitely have the inside scoop on that. So
100%.
I think it's a great step. So how are you enjoying being an account manager?
Yeah, I am absolutely. It's one of these jobs that I've never really truly been in this role for that long. I enjoy it really on a daily basis. It presents its own kind of unique set of challenges. And with that, I really enjoy kind of talking to people, making those relationships between Natt Safety and whatever company it is they may work for. And then with that, I find there's really a true satisfaction of being able to either provide one of our services to meet one of their needs, or whether it be training or personnel solutions or anything like that, to kind of develop a solution. It really is, it gives you that kind of sense of satisfaction, not only on your end in basically doing my job, but also to kind of better what their company is trying to achieve in the future. If we can kind of be the bridge that helps them get there, it's something that I don't think there's a better feeling in the world, honestly.
And you deal with anyone from Sudbury all the way to Sault Ste. Marie, or what's your territory?
Yep, so that's exactly it. Yeah. So it'd be from Sudbury, Espanola to Elliott Lake, Blind River, and Sault Ste. Marie, and basically anywhere in between type of thing.
Awesome. So where can people contact you? Where's the best place? Is it email? Are you on LinkedIn? Like, where can people reach out and maybe,
So I am on LinkedIn under Kevin Ellsworth. And then I also have my email. So it's kellsworth@TPS Group. And then if anyone ever needs to, I'm also available by cell phone. It's 705-465-8418.
Nice. And I'll put all that information in the show notes so that anyone that wants to reach out to you can definitely do so, or they can just call the main office and have someone patch you through. But that's perfect. I hope anyone who is interested in learning more about safety training, industrial services, confined space rescue, they reach out to you, even if it's just to have a conversation about how you can work together with them to provide a solution. So thank you so much for being here today. It was really interesting talking to you. I think you have such an interesting story of going from one aspect of the company into another aspect.
Thanks for having me on, Leslie. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. It was great chatting with you.
Star Podcast.
Wow. Star Podcast.